And here we are, welcome back to episode 19 of Ford Capri Laser Restoration, resto, episode 19. As you can see, I've now got the bonnet on. My grandson, 13-year-old, been down. We've been gaffering me today, you know where it is. So we've got that on. We've got the door on. He's done extremely well because we've got it bang on together, and he has put some input into it, so now it shuts nice. Didn't take long, probably an hour. But what we've been doing, I'll just turn you around. What we've been doing is, it's always said to me, Grandad, when you take the gearbox out, I want to be there. I want to learn how to take a gearbox out of a rear-wheel drive car. Last week he took the gear lever out and the console. He learnt him well because he saved every screw, put them back where he could, so we know what fits where. But yeah, I've had the gearbox suspended when we took the engine out off of two forks, opened it up, and yeah, we just took it out. Bit of a mishap because as soon as we pulled it clear of the prop shaft, loads of fluid come out. But it's a stripped down job, it's a fully restored. I've got a kit including all bearings, O-rings, gaskets to do the Type 9, and I've never actually done a Type 9, so this is going to be a learning curve for me as well as him. So, because he does want to be an engineer when he leaves school. But I'll just show you underneath what's happened. As you can see, bit of a mishap and a hobble, and there's the beast. He's got all his rag ready and screwdriver ready to stick rag in, but when it first time, there's no problem, and that's it. That's the opener. As you can see it, the pull and the owl, and that's it for today. Dinner's nearly ready. It's a Sunday. Dinner's nearly ready, so I'll leave it there and I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, see you later. Today I've had my grandson with me, and we've removed the servo unit. I don't know whether that's knackered or not. It looks like it, but we shall see. It goes over there like that. Look. As you can see, the servo needs some restoration, so what we're going to do, we're going to take everything off, block the holes up and put it through the sandblaster. It's solid enough oak double. I can't see it doing it any harm. So today as well, we've cleared the engine bay wiring loom out and all the pipes, mashed a bit up here and there. It's ready for a good sanding down, so we can get some paint on. What we're going to do, we're going to get some red oxide, the new synthetic one. You can paint over it. It's got excellent anti-rust properties, so we're going to spray it with red oxide, probably a couple of coats, then get a light keying in, sanding down, you know, wet and dry, and then we're going to spray it with Rosso red. That'll be engine bay done. Now I've got to the middle of the car, I'm working my way that way. So as you can see, we've got a lot to get through in this front panel. Good clean out and everything. That'll all happen before we spray the engine bay. As you can see, the gearbox is out. We took that out the other day. And here we are for this wheel arch. What I've done, got under seal. It's what I do whenever I've cut out to patch up or weld. What I do, I shall put a smear this under seal on and then cover it. It always gets a coat of Amorite. You can't beat Amorite. Takes any paint on top, and of course it's a good durable paint. Rust properties, so it's red oxide. And you paint your gates with it there in all weathers. And the dash is out. I took all the dash out. That's down there, I believe. But we've got to address this when we've done the front. When we got this far, all that's done, I'm going to address this. Now the screen's got to come out. There's one or two other things, but I'm going to look at the screen, see if I can't put it back in. It's a new rubber, 50 quid. But there you go. So that's basically it for the time being. We're up to date. It's about 8 o'clock in the evening now. To be honest, I'm getting tired. I ain't done anything on it because I've had some hospital visits, but what I had to do, I couldn't do anything for 3 or 4 days because it took me off my tablets. But never mind, we're back on it again, and we're getting closer and closer. So the next time you see this in the same video, the next time you see it, we'll be doing the front end. Or you never know, we might be setting the wing, but I really don't want to put the wing on until we've done the windscreen. And I don't know whether we've got to take that wing off. So, but once the front end is done and around the windscreen, we're going backwards, which means there's not be as much work. I do believe that it's not that bad. So, but we shall see. The next big push for me having some help is not next weekend, weekend after. They'll probably all be down helping me, and you know. But anyway, we'll see you in a minute. Right, here we are then. I've just been giving these some oil and cutting the threads. It was rusty. This is the servo. Basic Ford servo of its time. I forget what they're called, but the mate who makes them. But that's your vacuum part, and that goes to your inlet manifold. Your master cylinder sits on there. You've got a little push rod inside the servo. That goes to the brake pedal. When you've got the engine running, you push the brake pedal. The vacuum inside that's sucking allows you to have an easier pedal. It assists the push rod with a big disc inside and a big spring. Now that goes in and out. Look. When you push the pedal, it goes in and out normally, so it's fixed. This, when you put a master cylinder on, you have to adjust it. If you notice, got a little nut on the end where you wind it in or you wind it out. But you keep doing that until you feel the resistance, just slight resistance, and when you're replacing your master cylinder. So now what we've got to do, it's a bit thingy. So I think it deserves a bit of a fetching down. That there is the air hole that works in there, because that's a rubber seal, look. It's very easy to take apart. You've just got to observe a few safety things. For a start, you take these off, and these crimp to hold it all in. Now, you take them off, and when you do that, you must hold them both together. in a vice. So you've got to make yourself a bar that goes across there and a bar that goes across the other front, so you can hold it when you uncrimp it, because that spring is loaded. But yeah, they're very easy to do. A seal pack's about 15 quid for them, so they're very easy to restore. Yeah, so now what we're going to do, we remember that that's at the top of that, and that's how it fits. It sits up like that in the bulkhead and the master cylinder, so that's at the top. So we know where we've got to have these, so we're just going to rip them off. But I don't know, I don't think there's any point in marking them. Make it self-explanatory. There we go. I'd already given these some loosening juice. Great idea these are, you know, these, I haven't charged it in a month, it just keeps going on and on and on. But a good thing to have in your toolkit, by the way. So they've got to be all settled down with sandblaster. Have you noticed they're at an angle? When you take it off, don't bend them back. They're at an angle for that reason. Okay? They'll fit on there like that, and they'll fit like that, so they're all level. Okay? Don't be, if you see what I mean, if you look down it, don't be tempted to bend them back, because it won't work. It'll throw you way out. Right, we'll get these on. I'm going to give it a bit of a wipe down with a rag, and then that's ready for, well, my grandson said he wants to do it, so we get it all sandblasted, primed, and then satin black. So we'll just see what's going off at front. Not going to take that out, we can get by that. I'm going to bung that though. I don't want no stuff getting into my seal. However, having said that, I've never had to restore one. I've had them with broken springs, and that it goes with a bit of a clang, and your foot pedal gets harder. So, but yeah, we'll just fill this in, and then, well, we pack it, don't we? It's pretty clean enough. Pretty well clean enough in there now, look. So it's just a bit of titivating, doesn't it, as they call it. So let's just see. I'll see the here you can see I've get you a bit closer. I've filled the centre in with cord. That's stuck in there. That's protecting the seal. And I've did this out because when you go to take them out, you usually find you've got to buy the old kit again just for the rubber. But if when you put it back together and it does play up, then it's coming off. It's easy to take off and take it apart and restore it again. It'll be nice and clean anyway. But as you can see in there, look, that's the thingy, and we have in the middle the cardboard. See you in a minute. Now the plunger, that's nylon, so we have to protect it two ways. We're putting that on to protect it what I'm going to put on now, because this is very sticky, it's gappy. So basically, tell you what I mean, once it gets contact, so we can't just put it on there bare, because it'll leave all the residue. So we have to go like this. Keep coming round until we've got it covered. You see, I have to protect it more than the tape, but when we want it off, the tape will be sticking to it and not this. This will be stuck to the tape. So we've just got to go around it a couple of times. Oh, it's sticky stuff. Settle it down. The nuts will be alright. They're going to be blasted as well. What's happened here? Don't want to go on. What is this? That's it. What's that? What's that? So now we're clear to go in there. We can do all that. That is protected. That is protected. And that's protected. I might put a piece of this around that, because that's nylon as well. And that is ready for the cabinet. As I say, when we put it back together, we will try it before the dash goes back in. Everything's alright, jobs are good. And if it needs doing, 4 bolts will do it, don't it? That's it. Yep. So, we'll see in a minute. Look at it. They're going to ruin that. Yeah, as you can see, hold on, I'm just going to take this off. That will go wrapped in a cloth inside the back of the car. The pedals I think we can put in. We're just waiting for some new nylon bushes coming. But yeah, the pedals, I don't want them to get scratched or anything. I mean, look at this, how nice this is. Nice job. All I can say is the sandblaster and the plasma cutter, two best tools in the garage. Yeah, excuse me, we're a bit of wind. But yeah, as you can see, that's that part done. The servo is now done. I've just got to put the pipe on it. I've got to service the clips. That shouldn't take too long. The method of doing them is wrap them around something that the thing, you tighten them up, it straightens them up. Then you get a good wire brushing down, bit of silver paint. Jobs are good. So that's the end of my eyes. That's the end of 19. The next one will be 20. I have had a request to do a video about my car collection, my model car collection, which I will do. Probably come out before 20. But yeah, we're getting along fine. The next move is across the front, so we can get round that side and get this engine bay painted and under bonnet. So there's only one thing left to say. See you later. See you later in 20.